We're not sure exactly what happened here with the stream on the internet, but we're back. As the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to A.J. Wenrich. Runners still on first and second and 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. He fouls that one off to stay alive. So as the count runs now 1 and 2 with 2 outs. Runners still on first and second. The pitch from Leininger. Big swing and a miss from Wenrich for strike 3. Braves leave 2 on, but they lead it here going into the 4th inning 3-1. I apologize earlier for the technical difficulties, but if you're joining us here on the new stream, we're in the top of the 4th inning here. Braves lead it 3-1. As Ryan Culpeper will pop the first pitch up he sees to shortstop Jake Dowd-Truey for the first out of the 4th inning. Now pitching for the Braves is Evan McDade, so Jack Ray's day will come to a close after 3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 hits, 1 run. That 1 run was earned. First pitch to Caden Chrisman is lined out to the center fielder, Nate Prince, for out number 2. So 2 pitches, 2 outs. That's what you like to call efficiency from Evan McDade. So it'll bring up now Blagan Pato. the 9-hole hitter and center fielder tonight for the Cavaliers. The 0-0 taken for strike one. So we won't see the rare 3-pitch inning. At least not so far tonight. We haven't seen one. Not to say that there won't be one in the future. Blake and Pato broke that up by taking the first pitch for a strike. The 0-1. That ball lined into left field, just past the outstretched glove of Jake Daltrui. And Blake and Pato is on with a 2-out single. So a good piece of hitting there from Pato. Puts him on first base with 2 outs for the leadoff hitter for the Cavaliers, Rhett Johnson. So Rhett Johnson, 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored. Runner goes. That ball popped out into left field. And Ike Schmidley will make the catch on the run for out number 3. So a quick 4th inning for Evan McDade. As we go into the bottom of the 4th, Braves lead it here 3-1.
Leading things off for the Braves, the third baseman, Jacob Lester.
So Jacob Lester will get things started for the Braves here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 for 1 on the day with a single back in the 2nd inning. And he'll take a fastball in the dirt for ball 1. Leininger still on the mound for the Cavaliers. It looks like there's some action going in the bullpen, though. The 1-0. That ball grounded to the left side, fielded by Ryan Krobel. The throw over to first in time for the first out of the bottom of the 4th. So a quick out from Leininger will bring up Frankie Carreras.
Number 10, Frankie Carreras.
A backstop tonight for the Braves. He'll take the first pitch he sees outside the zone for ball 1. So Carreras reached on an air and got an RBI out of it in his last at-bat as he takes another pitch in the dirt for ball 2. So that'll run the count now to 2-0. to Carreras. That ball's grounded right back up the middle. Diving stop, won't get there. Ryan Crow will try to dive for that ball, but it pops right over his glove into center field for a single. So a one-out knock from Frankie Carreras will bring up Braves leadoff hitter Nate Prince. As it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here for the Cavaliers. We'll be back in just a moment. So Nate Prince will step into the box now against Zach Stevens, a sophomore out of the University of South Alabama, right-handed pitcher, will come in for the Cavaliers. Runner on first, one out. Here's the pitch. Big swing and miss from Nate Prince for strike one. So Nathan Leininger's day is over after 3 1/3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 hits, 3 runs, and only 2 of them earned. Zach Stevens comes set here. The 0-1. Ball fouled back and towards the football field for strike 2. Count now 0-2 to Nate Prince. Off-speed pitch gets him swinging for strike 3. And a great curveball there from Zach Stevens sits Nate Prince down on strikes.
Brings up the second baseman from St. Joseph's, Tim Dickinson.
So Tim Dickinson will step into the left-handed batter's box now with 2 outs and a runner on first base. Stevens gets his sign and comes set. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Zach Stevens this season has only pitched in 1 game for the Cavaliers. He pitched 3 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned. As he now toes the rubber here at John Moxey Stadium for the second time in this young season, as Tim Dickinson will take a fastball up and away for ball 2. The 2-0 in the dirt for ball 3. Frankie Carrera stays put over at first base after the blocked pitch from Caden Chrisman got away from him there a little bit. Chrisman doing a good job of getting back on top of that ball quick and keeping Frankie Carreras over at first base. The 3-0 fastball taken on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Infield playing back again. First baseman holding Frankie Carreras on at first as that ball is lined into left field. That ball is going to drop for a base hit. And that ball is going to get past the left fielder, Gabe Larry. It looked like it hit a hole out there. As Tim Dickinson stands on second base with a double.
The shortstop, number 31, Jake Dowtrui.
So that'll bring up Jake Dowtrui now with runners on second and third. After the funky hop in left field gets past the left fielder, Gabe Larry. Runners on second and third, 2 outs, and a big swing and a miss from Jake Dowtrui for strike 1. I think it hit a hole out there. It looked like it took a funky hop on him. As Dowtrui will take that pitch low and away for ball 1. The 1-1. Good slider. Just missed the inside part of the plate. But it's ball 2. That runs the count now to 2-1. Beautiful night here at Moxie Stadium as the sun sets out in center field. And Jake Dowtrui takes a fastball outside for ball 3. 3-1. Runners on second and third, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. A fastball taken up and in at the chin for ball 4. Will load the bases for designated hitter and Braves cleanup hitter tonight, Brecken Nace. So Braves with an opportunity to do some serious damage here. As they're going to try to blow this game open here with a 2-out knock off the bat of Brecken Nace. Nace stepping into the left-handed batter's box. Bases juiced, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Brecken Nace, 1 for 2 with a single so far tonight. Had a hard line drive base hit in the 3rd inning. The 1-0. Fastball taken up and away for ball 2. So Zach Stevens on the mound now. His time is called now by the umpire at second base. I believe he's saying pitch clock violation on the pitcher. So that'll run the count now to 3-0 after the pitch clock violation. You don't see those too often down here in the Valley League. 3-0. Fastball off the outside corner for strike 1. So the count runs now to 3-1 to Brecken Nace. He'll take a fastball right on the low outside corner for strike 2. Full count, bases loaded, 2 outs. Runners will get a head start here on the pitch. The 3-2. Runners go. Tipped right back into the mitt of Caden Chrisman. And Zach Stevens escapes the 4th inning unscathed. We go into the top of the 5th inning. Braves lead it 3-1. So Ryan Story will get things kicked off here in the top of the 5th inning for the Cavaliers, as Evan McDade toes the rubber for the Braves. Third baseman Jacob Lester in on the cut. And Story will take the first pitch at the knees for a strike. Braves lead it 3-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. The 0-1 taken low and inside for ball 1. That'll run the count now to 1-1 to Ryan Story. Off speed. Taken outside for ball 2. Ryan Story, a junior out of South Alabama University. The 2-1. Swing and a miss and a changeup for strike 2. So that evens the count now at 2-2. McDade looking to put him away here with this pitch. The 2-2. Ball fouled back toward the beer garden. The infamous beer garden here at John Moxey Stadium. Braves lead it 3-1 in the top of the 5th. Nobody on, nobody out. 2-2 count to Ryan Story. The pitch from Evan McDade. Big swing and a miss for strike 3. McDade sits Story down on strikes for the first out of the 5th. As that'll bring up the third baseman for the Cavaliers, pardon me, John Howard. John Howard out of Mount Olive College, a sophomore. So far this season with the Cavaliers, he's got a .444 batting average. As he takes the fastball up high for ball 1. 3 homers, 9 RBIs for the Cavaliers this season. He's making the most of his summer so far here in the Valley League. Here's the 1-0 from McDade. The ball in the dirt, got him swinging. An excellent curveball there. Had John Howard looking like he was trying to swing a sword. So that'll even up the count at 1-1 here with 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 5th inning. That ball flied in a shallow right field, but A.J. Wenrich is on to make the grab for out number 2. So that'll bring up the Cavaliers cleanup hitter, Bennett Fryman, DH tonight.
Brings up the DH number 4, Bennett Fryman.
He's had a double and grounded into a fielder's choice in his 2 plate appearances so far tonight. As he steps into the left-handed batter's box now with 2 outs and nobody on. He'll take a fastball at the knees for strike 1. The 0-1. Fastball taken up high for a ball 1. So that'll even up the count here at 1-1. The pitch from McDade. That ball fouled off the catcher, Frankie Carreras' right shin guard for strike 2. McDade trying to get the Braves batters back up in the box with a quick 1-2-3 inning. Count 1-2, 2 outs, top of the 5th. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Evan McDade gets the Cavaliers to go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th as we go into the bottom of the 5th. Braves lead it here 3-1. So Ike Schmidley will get things kicked off here for the Braves in the bottom of the 5th. As they lead it here 3-1. A big swing and a miss at the first pitch he sees for strike 1. Ike 0 for 2 today with a ground out to shortstop and a strikeout. And a quick pitch is lined into right field. over the outstretched glove of Zane Tonsky over at first base for a single. So before I could even make my mark in the scorebook about the first pitch strike, the pitch was coming in, and Ike Schmidley lines it over the first baseman for a leadoff single.
The first baseman from Fairmont State, Noah Culpeper.
So that'll bring up Noah Canterbury after the two-pitch leadoff single. Infield shifted to the left side, looking to get a double play ball. As Canterbury will take a fastball way inside for ball one. The Cavaliers have Canterbury shifted to the left side, interesting enough, as the second baseman's only playing about 12 feet to the right of the second base bag, and the shortstop's playing about 20 feet to the left of the second base bag. As that ball gets past the catcher, Caden Chrisman, and Ike Schmidley will cruise into second base standing after the pass ball. So the count now 2-0 with a runner on second base after Ike Schmidley advanced on the pass ball on the previous pitch. Zach Stevens still doing the work here for the Cavaliers. The 2-0. Big swing and a miss from Noah Canterbury for strike one. So he dropped down to a knee like Adrian Beltre used to do on that swing. Runner on second, nobody out, bottom of the fifth inning. The 2-1 from Stevens. That ball is popped foul over toward the grandstand, over there down the third base line. So the foul ball brings the count even at 2-2. Canterbury looking to capitalize on his big day he's gotten so far. He's 2 for 2 with 2 knocks. The 2-2. Fastball up way too high for ball 3. As Canterbury runs the count full. Like Schmidley on second base after the leadoff single and advance on a pass ball. Nobody out. 3-2 count here to Canterbury. The pitch. Fastball taken off the plate for ball 4. As that'll put Canterbury on first base and bring A.J. Wenrich to the dish now with runners on first and second and nobody out.
Now stepping to the dish, the right fielder, A.J. Wenrich.
So first and second, nobody out here for the right fielder, A.J. Wenrich. J. Wenrich, a junior from Georgia Southern. He's appeared in 4 games so far for the Braves. He squares around the bunt. He'll pop that straight up over the press box. That was kind of scary. That one got to us quick. That ball just missed the left window, probably about a foot or two. It had to have only cleared the roof by about an inch or so. So the count now 0-1 after the foul bunt. He's going to square around again, pull back. Fastball up high for ball 1. So A.J. Wenrich trying to do his job and sacrifice himself to push runners to second and third. As he runs the count now 1-1. I can imagine he squares around here again. Zach Stevens comes set. Wenrich will square around, but he'll throw over to second base. Count still even here, 1-1. To the Braves, right-handed hitting right fielder. Zach Stevens toes the rubber, looking for a sign. He's got it and comes set. First and second, nobody out, 1-1 count A.J. Wenrich squares around a bunt, pulls it back, and the fastball is taken up high around the chin for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike to A.J. Wenrich, and he'll square around again. This time he'll foul tip it right back into the catcher's glove, but he can't squeeze it. That'll be strike 2. And Wenrich is going to have to swing away here. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Can't imagine Wenrich will be squaring around anymore here in this at-bat. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Stevens, toes the rubber, comes set. The 2-2. Wenrich will take a fastball off the outside corner for strike 3. So Zach Stevens sits A.J. Wenrich looking at strike 3 for the first out of the 5th inning. And runners will still be on first and second here for the third baseman, Jacob Lester. One out, runners on first and second. Lester 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a ground out to the shortstop. First baseman in on the grass. He'll take a curveball at absolutely wicked. Catches the inside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 from Stevens. That ball fouled back into the netting of the backstop here at John Moxie for strike 2. So Stevens, after letting the first 2 runners reach base, gets a strikeout. He's in an 0-2 count here, as Jacob Lester spoils that pitch and fouls it off to stay alive. One out, runners on first and second for the Braves. The 0-2 delivery to Jacob Lester. That ball fouled off to the right side, as Lester's doing his best to spoil it here for Zach Stevens. Stevens comes set. The 0-2. Fastball taken up high. Back pick attempt at first base, not in time, as Caden Christensen saw Noah Canterbury getting too big of a secondary. Tried to back pick him over at first base. Didn't get it there in time. The count runs now to 1-2. The pitch. Curveball. Little too inside for ball 2. First and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Braves looking to capitalize. Stevens has his pitch and comes set. The 2-2. Curveball grounded to the left side. Backhanded by Ryan Krobel. He'll make the play over to first, but not in time, as the first baseman, Zane Tonsky, was pulled off the bag by the throw and couldn't get the tag there, as the bases will now be juiced for Braves backstop Frankie Carreras. So the bases are juiced here with only 1 away for Frankie Carreras. Braves looking to capitalize here on this big opportunity. Corners drawn in. middle infield at double play depth as Frankie Carreras takes a curveball on the inside corner for strike one. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. Fastball catches the outside corner for strike two. And Carreras has got to do some battling here. Zach Stevens looking to minimize the damage. The 0-2. Curveball, big swing and a miss from Frankie Carreras. Zach Stevens gets the second out on strikes. And that'll bring up the Braves leadoff hitter and center fielder tonight, Nate Prince. So the Braves get the first two batters on with a single and a walk. And then Zach Stevens gets a strikeout, and then an infield single off the bat of Jacob Lester loaded the bases. As Nate Prince takes fastball up high for ball one. Then the Frankie Carreras strikeout brings us to Nate Prince with the bases loaded and two away. The 1-0. Fastball outside for ball two. The 2-0 from Zach Stevens. That ball catches the outside part of the plate for strike one. Nate Prince 0 for 3 tonight. The ground out to the first baseman, pop out to the second baseman, and a strikeout. So he's looking to turn his box score around here. Big swing and a miss for strike two. So he was really trying to do some damage to that fastball. That'll run the count even now, 2-2, with 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the bottom of the fifth. The 2-2 from Stevens. Big swing and a miss and a high fastball for strike three. So the Braves load them up, but they can't get any of them in. As we head to the top of the sixth inning, the Braves still lead it here, 3-1.
Leading things off for the Cavaliers, Gabriel Larry.
So Gabe Larry will get things kicked off here at the top of the sixth for the Culpeper Cavaliers, as Evan McDade goes back out onto the mound for the Braves. And Larry will take a fastball at the knees for strike one. Larry 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right field and a walk. The 0-1. Another fastball at the knees for strike two. Infield pushed pretty far back here for Gabe Larry. Third baseman playing a little bit deep. Jake Dowtry with his heels on the grass. Same thing with Tim Dickinson over at second. The 0-2. Fastball taken up high for ball one. The 1-2. Fouled off to the right side. Caught by the net over by the first base grandstand. As Gabe Larry stays alive here in this at-bat. The 1-2 from McDade. That ball grounded back up the middle, backhanded by Tim Dickinson. He'll make the throw over to first base for the first out of the 6th inning. As that'll bring up Cavaliers first baseman Zane Tonsky, who's 0 for 2 so far tonight with a ground out to the second baseman and a ground out to the first baseman.
Zane Tonsky.
Nobody on, one out here for Zane Tonsky. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat as that ball is off the plate for ball one. Zane Tonsky from St. John's University will take the second pitch of the at-bat outside for ball two. So 2-0 now the count to the Cavaliers first baseman. Evan McDade comes set. Here's the 2-0. That ball's popped straight back up and over the press box toward the wigwam behind us here at John Moxley Stadium. So the 2-1 delivery from McDade is a fastball taken just off the plate for ball three. So count runs to 3-1 now to Zane Tonsky, who's appeared in 4 games so far for the Cavaliers as he fouls that pitch into the backstop for strike 2. In those 4 games, he's 2 for 14 with a double and 2 RBIs. So he steps back now into the right-handed batter's box with a full count. 1 out, nobody on here for the Cavaliers. The pitch to McDade from McDade is fouled back into the backstop. So Tonsky staying alive here in this at-bat. Doing a good job of battling until he sees a pitch that he can drive. Here's the full count delivery from McDade. Fastball low and off the plate for ball 4. As that'll bring up the Cavaliers shortstop, Ryan Culpeper.
Now batting number 0, Ryan Culpeper.
So Culpeper now will step into the left-handed batter's box with a runner on first base and 1 out. Infield shifted toward the right side. Jake Dowtry only about 12 feet to the left of the second base bag. As the first pitch from McDade is a fastball up high for ball 1. Tim Dickinson playing a little bit more in the hole over by the 3-4 spot. The 1-0. Off speed, catches the inside corner for strike one. So that evens up the count here at 1-1. 1-1 count, 1 out, runner on first base. McDade will throw over. Tonsky slides back in safely. Count still even here at 1-1. The pitch from McDade. That ball's driven high and deep into center field. Nate Prince camped under it, and he'll make the grab for the second out of the 6th inning. That was a big league pop-up. That ball was hit sky high here at John Moxley Stadium.
The catcher, Caden Crispin.
So that'll bring up Caden Crispin, backstop here for the Cavaliers tonight. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out to the shortstop and a fly out to center. He steps into the box now with 2 outs and a runner on first base, and he pops that one out into right field. A.J. Wenrich camped under it, and he'll make the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. So no hits, 1 walk, 1 runner left on base. As we go into the bottom of the 6th, Braves lead it 3-1. So towing the rubber now for the Cavaliers is Connor Kolarov, a senior out of William and Mary, or College of William and Mary, pardon me. As that'll end Zach Stevens' day, an inning and 2/3 pitched, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs. As Tim Dickinson steps into the box now. He'll take a fastball outside for ball 1. One and one. The 1-1. And that'll hit him. That got him on the right knee. He got hit there earlier in the season, so that one probably doesn't feel too great. As he'll trot down to first base. The hit by pitch. So that'll bring up shortstop Jake Daltrui.
From the University of New Orleans, the shortstop, Jake Daltrui.
Kolarov appeared in 2 games this season. Appeared in the June 4th game against the Braves as Jake Daltrui takes a fastball on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. So as the right-handed pitcher toes the rubber, Tim Dickinson will go. Swing and a miss from Daltrui as that throw down from catcher Caden Chrisman almost gets into center field. But a nice backup there by the shortstop, Ryan Cropel, prevents that from happening. So 0-2 the count now to Jake Daltrui after the swing and a miss and stolen base. 0-2, runner on second base, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-2 is in the dirt for ball 1. Infield shifted heavily toward the left side. Shortstop playing heels on the outfield grass in the 5-6 hole. Second baseman only playing about 8 feet to the right of second base bag. The 1-2, low and away for ball 2. Daltrui 1 for 2 today with a triple, a ground out to short and a walk. Counts even now, 2-2. Tim Dickinson on second base. As that pitch gets in the dirt and squeaks past Caden Chrisman. And Tim Dickinson stands on third base now after the wild pitch. That ball squeaked through the 5-hole of Caden Chrisman. So he couldn't get the glove down in time to prevent that one from getting between his legs. 3-2 count, nobody out. Infield drawn in, looking to cut the run down at the plate. Keep him at third base. Full count, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Off speed, just catches the inside corner for strike 3. And Daltrui does not agree with the call. He thought he was on with a walk. But instead, he's turned around and taking a trip back to the dugout.
Brings up the DH, number 33.
After the strikeout. So that'll bring up the Braves cleanup hitter, Brecken Nace. Tim Dickinson still on third base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch of the at-bat's a curveball taken off the plate for ball 1. The 1-0. Curveball catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Connor Kolarov using his off-speed pitches here. The 1-1. That ball fouled back for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on third base here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch to Brecken Nace is a curveball outside for ball 2. So Tim Dickinson leads the inning off with a hit by pitch. Steals second and advances to third on a wild pitch. The Jake Daltrui strikeout being the only out of this inning so far as Brecken Nace steps in now with a 2-2 count. As he lines that one into right field, that'll get down for a base hit. That'll score Tim Dickinson with ease. And Brecken Nace is on first base with a one-out RBI single. So a hard hit line drive into right field. Plates across the fourth run of the night for the Braves. As Ike Schmidley out of JMU steps into the box now with a runner on first base and one away. He'll take the first pitch of the at-bat for a strike. The 0-1 from Connor Kolarov is a curveball that misses inside for ball one. Schmidley 1 for 3 tonight with a single, a strikeout, and a ground out to short. The 1-1. Fastball catches the inside part of the plate for strike two. So the count runs now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brecken Nace standing on first base after the RBI single. The pitch is way outside for ball 2, and Brecken Nace will cruise into second base easily after advancing on the wild pitch. Looked like Connor Kolarov was trying to hit the bull with that pitch. So 2-2 the count now with 1 out. Brecken Nace standing on second base after the wild pitch. And Ike Schmidley will take a curveball that catches the inside corner for strike 3. So Kolarov gets the second out of the inning. He's got 2 strikeouts looking here in the bottom of the 6th. So that'll bring up first baseman Noah Canterbury now, as he steps into the left-handed batter's box with 2 down and a runner on second in the bottom of the 6th inning. He'll take a fastball inside for ball 1. Braves lead it 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th after the RBI single from Brecken Nace. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Noah Canterbury. Here's the pitch. Curveball catches the outside corner for strike 1. Again, the infield for the Cavaliers shifted toward the left side for the left-handed hitter. The 1-1. Curveball hit down the left field line. That'll be foul over by the Braves bullpen for strike number 2. So as the Braves have some action now in the bullpen, as it appears the lefty, Zachary Horn, is getting hot in the pen. As Noah Canterbury takes another curveball off the outside corner for strike 3. And Connor Kolarov gets all 3 outs on strikeouts looking, but not before the Braves score 1 off the bat of Brecken Nace at the end of 6. Braves lead it 4-1. So as we get things kicked off here in the top of the 7th, I'd like to thank tonight's sponsor for the game, Blue Ridge Food Bank. Those fans that brought in canned goods received free admission to the game tonight, so thank you for donating those goods if you did. Is now the lefty Zach Horn toes the rubber here for the Braves, as Evan McDade's night will come to a close after 3 innings, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit, and no runs. Blake and Pato will step into the box after the foul ball. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch from the left-hander. Fastball taken up high out of the zone. The 1-1. Fastball just misses the inside corner for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to the Cavaliers center fielder as he hits that one off the fist in a shallow center field, and Jake Daltrui is on to make the grab for out number 1. So after the soft line drive out to Jake Daltrui, that'll bring up Rhett Johnson, second baseman tonight for the Cavaliers. He's 1 for 2 so far with a single and a run scored. As the lefty-lefty matchup starts here with a ball outside for ball 1. Braves lead up 4-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. The pitch fouled off to the right side. The 1-1. That ball line right back up the middle, past the outstretched glove of Jake Daltrui into center field for a single. So Rhett Johnson gets on with a left-on-left single up the middle, as that'll now bring up pinch hitter for the Cavaliers, number 32, Bryce Demery out of Lynchburg College. The first pitch he sees, he'll foul off to the right side. Demery, a senior at Lynchburg, as he steps in the right-handed batter's box now with an 0-1 count. The pitch from Horn, runner goes, and he is out of there. An excellent throw from Frankie Carreras gets Rhett Johnson trying to steal. And there's one away here in the top of the 7th inning. 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning, pardon me. So Bryce Demery will step back into the box now with a 1-1 count and foul that one off to make it 1-2. The 1-2 from Horn. That ball hit sky high off to the right side. It'll be foul, but in play. And Tim Dickinson can't make the play. So Bryce Demery will stay alive here with a 1-2 count. Tough play. That was a really high hit fly ball off to the right side over by the Cavalier bullpen. Canterbury, Tim Dickinson, A.J. Wenrich all tried to make a play on it, but couldn't do it. Here's the 1-2. That ball lined right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Bryce Demery is on first base now after the 2-out knock. That'll bring up third baseman John Howard.
The third baseman, John Howard.
John Howard's got a walk, a strikeout, and a flyout to right to his name so far tonight. As the right-handed hitter steps into the right-handed batter's box. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Fastball in there for strike 1. The 0-1 to Howard. Fastball up for ball 1. Saghorn trying to overpower these Cavalier hitters with his fastball. The 1-1. Another fastball. That ball is driven into right center field. Center fielder Nate Prince is on to make the grab for the 3rd out. That ball could have done some serious damage, but a great play from Nate Prince gets the 3rd out of the top of the 7th. So as we go into the bottom half of the 7th, Braves lead it here 4-1. So as we get things kicked off here in the bottom of the 7th inning with A.J. Wenrich, I'd like to remind you guys that the next Braves home game will be Thursday night at 7:30. Go ahead and get your free tickets thanks to the Thursday's game day sponsors, Select Bank, SVOE Shenandoah Valley Office Equipment, and Brain Injury Connection. So Thursday night, if you want to come to the ballpark and get some free tickets, visit those 3 game day sponsors to get them. As A.J. Wenrich takes the first pitch for strike 1. He'll foul the second pitch off the mask of Caden Crispin. As the count now is 0-2 to the Braves right fielder. The 0-2 from Kolarov. As that ball is flied out into center field. Center fielder Blagan Pato is in to make the grab for the first out of the bottom of the 7th. As that'll bring up third baseman Jacob Lester. Jacob Lester having a good day so far today. 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Looking to expand on that here with 1 out and nobody on. He'll take the first pitch, a curveball for strike 1. So Connor Kolarov really mixing up his pitches to each of these Braves hitters. The 0-1. Another curveball catches the inside part of the plate for strike 2. Kolarov kind of pitching the Braves backwards here, throwing the off-speed stuff when you'd expect fastballs and throwing the fastballs when you'd expect the off-speed stuff. Here's the 0-2. Fastball up high for ball one. So like I mentioned there, he got the first 2 pitches in the zone for strikes with the curveball. So 0-2, you're thinking there might be another off-speed pitch, but he goes with the fastball up in the zone. So the count comes down to 1-2. He'll throw a slider grounded right back to him. And Connor Kolarov will just toss it over to his first baseman, Zane Tonsky, for out number 2.
Brings up the catcher, number 10, Frankie Carreras.
Well, that'll bring up Frankie Carreras. Backstop for the Braves tonight. He's 1 for 3 with a single so far. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. He takes a big swing and a miss at a changeup low in the zone. Sorry for not switching the inning on the stream over there. We got it fixed now. As the count now is 0-1 to Carreras. Curveball in the dirt for ball 1. So that'll bring the count even to 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Infield and outfield for the Cavaliers shifted pretty normally. The 1-1. Fastball out of the zone for ball 2. Braves lead it here in the bottom of the 7th. Thanks to a couple runs in the first inning, a run in the second, and a run in the 5th as that ball is hit hard down past the third baseman, John Howard, into left field for a single. That ball kind of got caught John Howard maybe napping a little bit. That ball was hit pretty close to him, but he couldn't field it. So that'll bring up Nate Prince, leadoff hitter and center fielder for the Braves tonight. He's 0 for 4 so far. Curveball in there for strike 1. Two outs, runner on first base. 0-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. Curveball, big swing and a miss for strike 2. And Nate Prince has fallen behind into his second 0-2 count here tonight. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first here in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch from Kolarov. Fastball up high for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Braves leadoff hitter and center fielder. The pitch. Slider out of the zone, gets him chasing for strike 3. So the 2-out single is left stranded on first base as we head now into the top of the 8th inning. Braves still lead it here, 4-1.
4-1.
So as we get ready to kick things off here in the top of the 8th inning, we'd like to again thank tonight's game sponsor, Blue Ridge Food Bank, for sponsoring tonight's game, letting people that brought in canned food into the stadium for free tonight. And next Tuesday here at John Moxey Stadium, June 11th, is Micro Wrestling, the Micro Wrestling Federation, coming to Staunton, Virginia, as seen on the Discovery Channel reality show Little Big Brawlers, the original micro professional wrestling organization out of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, coming to visit us here in Staunton at John Moxey Stadium, June 11th at 7 p.m. So the Braves will be away that night. The Micro Wrestling will be here at Moxey Stadium as Bennett Fryman leads it off here in the top of the 8th, and he'll take a fastball outside for ball 1.
The DH, Bennett Fryman.
So some exciting events happening here at the John Moxey this summer. A lot of pregame concerts, some micro wrestling. As the second pitch of the at-bat is taken for strike 1. So 1-1 now the count. Left on left matchup. As the slider is taken outside for ball 2. Zach Horn, a left-handed pitcher. Bennett Fryman, the left-handed hitter. As he swings at that one and pops it foul off to the left side. Is it going to stay in play? No, it will not. It gets out of play. Jacob Lester ran over to the fence trying to make a play on it, but it was too far. As that'll bring the count now even at 2-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Here's the pitch. That ball grounded to the third baseman, Lester. He'll drop down to a knee, make a throw, but not in time. So Bennett Fryman reaches on the air, waiting for my confirmation from the official scorekeeper. We've had some disagreements so far tonight on a couple of things. Wanted to make sure I got this one right over the air. As that'll bring up now Gabe Larry, left fielder tonight for the Cavaliers. So he'll take a fastball low for ball 1. So 1-0 now the count to Larry. Runner on first base, nobody out. He'll take a fastball inside for strike 1. Colby, our official scorekeeper, we've had some conversations about how to score certain plays in tonight's game. I want to make sure I'm saying it, giving you guys the official score instead of what I think it is. So that fastball is taken up high for ball 2. The 2-1. Ball fouled back toward the football field for strike 2. As the count is even now at 2-2. Zach Horn will step off. Zach Horn still doing the pitching right now for the Braves. He came in the 7th. 2-2. Here it is. Fastball just missed high for ball 3. So the count is full now to Gabe Larry. Runner on first, nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Another fastball up high for ball 4. And Gabe Larry is on with a walk. As that'll bring Zane Tonsky up to the dish now with runners on first and second, nobody out. It looks like head coach Brady Bogart's going to go out to have a conversation with his pitcher. Is there some action over in the Brave? So it looks like Pierce Glading's getting hot in the Braves bullpen.
50 seconds.
So at the end of the mound meeting, Zane Tonsky still up in the box. Runners on first and second, nobody out here in the top of the 8th. The 0-0 delivery. Fastball misses the zone low for ball 1. Again, looks like Pierce Glading getting warm over in the Braves bullpen. 1-0 the count now to Zane Tonsky. Make it 1-1 after that fastball catches the inside corner. So the count now 1-1, nobody out here in the top of the 8th. First and second, that ball's grounded to the left side. That'll get through into left field. Brett Fryman getting waved around. That throw will be cut off, and he will score standing. So an RBI single from Zane Tonsky plates the second run of the game for the Cavaliers, as they got something cooking here with first and second and nobody out yet again.